I looked back into her webcam and I fell back into my chair. My eyes.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Koijihs here today with another banger, and we're back today with 2 scary videos in a row. It's my boy Llama. As you know, I used to watch his videos all the fucking time. I ain't watched him in a couple of months, so like I can just like start binge watching this stuff again. But I ain't watched this in a minute, so I thought to myself, let's make a video because I don't got nothing to post tomorrow, and I gotta post real soon. So let's get right into this shit. This nigga, he's really good at it. Make sure you go subscribe to the man, and make sure you subscribe to me also if you enjoy my reaction. Do not like this video unless you actually liked it. I want to see if I'm doing good on my videos. Trust me, we're trying to get better out here so I can entertain you guys and you can have a new YouTuber to watch. Or if you my friend, you can watch your friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's get right into the video and let me stop all that talking because I've been talking for a minute now.
I was 26 years old, and I was unemployed. Feeling unfulfilled by the monotony of a job life, I decided I would try my hand at working from home. So my days and nights comprised me of surfing the internet for any jobs I could get.
It's a llama.
I was a big procrastinator, so more often than not I'd stray away and waste time doing other things. One day, I came across talk about the deep web while on Reddit. I felt amused by the people talking about it as if it was something so scary, and decided I'd look into it. It was stupid of me to go on it in the first place, but I made it even.
It's like, no, you white, no racism shit, but come on, cuz. We don't do that shit out here. We do not ever go on shit that people say is scary. If a nigga says shit's scary, bro, and we in the real life world, we're not going on it. Cause if a nigga pull up to your house with 19 niggas and they all got guns and machetes and shit, and then they dismember your motherfucking body, you gonna look real stupid. Like, come on, man.
Sillier by deciding to check it out late at night. It was about 2 a.m. and I came across a website where you could chat with someone anonymously.
2 a.m.
The person I got was a woman. She was in her early 20s and very pretty. She sat with her head in her hands, looking playful into the webcam while batting her eyes. I had no desire to turn my camera on and started our chat, thinking that while I didn't come across anything scary, I could befriend this pretty girl. It sounded like a better deal anyway. She told me to turn the camera on, but I ignored that request and tried to get her to talk. She finally did after some prodding, but I noticed how guarded she was. I also noticed how after every message I sent, her eyes would look off camera, either to her side or somewhere behind her computer. After a while, it started getting annoying, so I asked her if someone else was there with her.
I want to see you first,
she said. Up until now, I've been chatting while she'd answered my questions verbally. I'm not that curious.
Don't be scared.
She said, laughing, this time looking behind the laptop again and making a face that seemed to indicate she was laughing at my expense, with someone else. This is getting boring. It feels like I'm not just talking to you.
That's because
And that's where
Who else is there?
turn the camera on.
Is this a joke?
Turn it on.
Okay, I'll be leaving now.
Turn on the camera.
Her laughter was almost piercing by now. There was nothing humorous about the situation, yet she threw her head back with riotous laughter. I'd had enough and moved the cursor over to turn the chat box off when I saw the cursor had jammed. The only thing that was working was the chat box, and I still had access to the keyboard.
Turn the camera on, sweetie.
Her gumdrop-filled voice was louder than before, and I moved my gaze up to see her smiling toothfully at the camera. Her face still beautiful, but the smile completely fake. My computer's crashed. I can't see the screen. Sorry. I lied. I didn't want her to know I had no option but to chat. Her screen flashed before going blank. There was nothing there but a black screen. I felt relieved, thinking that at least I didn't need to talk to her while I tried to figure out what happened to the screen. Just then, a chat message popped up.
Open the damn camera.
Bro, you're not gonna call me a freak,
The aggressiveness
man.
in the message frightened me. Now, the fact that I couldn't see her face while she typed this made me feel nervous. I didn't dare reply back, but then the cursor moved. I watched shell-shocked as the cursor twirled around the screen.
Let's get into position to
Open the
motherfucking
camera
run.
now.
Get this
I still
pillow
didn't
off
make a
my lap.
move. There was no way anything good would be waiting for me if I did what she asked. The screen began flickering, as if a virus was causing the computer to writhe in agony.
Do you want me to find you?
My heart raced. Could it be possible she knew where I was? I started typing. Please stop bothering me.
Then turn on the fucking camera.
So angry.
By this point, I thought she was some kind of sadist who got her kicks by scaring unassuming people in chat rooms. So I obliged and turned the webcam on. I saw my frightened face staring into the screen.
Nigga!
Judging by my face, my attempts at looking tough were painfully unsuccessful. I asked around for the girl looking straight into the camera, telling her I did what she wanted and to stop hacking into my computer.
Lighten up.
There were several seconds of silence. I kept my stare directed to the little box that showed her camera feed, but it was pitch black. I motioned into the camera in confusion, feeling as if she was messing with me now. Then, I saw another message.
Look here.
After a few seconds of staring at those words, I looked back at her camera, but my computer instantly malfunctioned, and I received another message.
Look here. Don't look up.
The chat was filled with nonsensical gibberish. She typed with such ferocious speed, my screen whirled away with her constant messages. I couldn't understand what was going on, but I didn't look up. My patience ran thin, and I wrote back, "What is this supposed to mean?" Her response came. I read only the letters in bold and shuddered. I looked back into her webcam and I fell back into my chair, my eyes widening. She was back there, only her face looked completely demented. She had a savage expression, devoid of emotion. Her eyes were almost popping out of their sockets, and she was huffing as if she had extreme amounts of pent-up rage. The way she looked directly into the camera made me feel she despised me with all of her being. There was no amusement there anymore. Her camera went blank again. Then the chat popped up. My heart stopped again. For a split second, there had been the same blackness, only for the lights to come back on. She wasn't alone anymore. There was a man next to her with a black mask on. He made no movements other than look into the camera like the girl. The girl's neck creaked to her side. It looked like it was causing her pain, and then the lights went out again. The chat resumed. This time, I screamed in fright and fell off my chair. There was another man with them now. He was standing next to the girl with the original one on the other side. This man had the same mask on, but his hands were grasping the girl's shoulders. Even with the subpar quality of the webcam, I could see the force with which the man dug his hands into the girl. It looked like he could rip her in two. The girl, however, had a huge grin on her face. Her eyes were mad with glee, or so it looked. Her teeth were perfectly lined up as her mouth spread into that toothy grin, but I could see she was in pain. Even with the smallest sign of her smile fading, the man clenched his hands even tighter than before, which made her smile even wider. All three of them were shaking, as if it was extremely cold where they were. After a couple seconds, I realized they were shuddering, like trying to hold back laughter.
What are you laughing at?
I yelled into the screen. They didn't answer, and continued to tremor with concealed hilarity.
What is so damn funny?
I bellowed. They stopped shaking. Within a couple seconds, the screen went black again. When it turned back on, The man no longer grasped the girl's shoulder, neither was she smiling. All three pointed into the camera. Upon a closer look, I understood that they weren't pointing at me. They were pointing behind me. I didn't need to look back. I could see myself in the webcam.
We about to run, nigga.
There was someone peeking from behind me. It was another man in a mask. And according to what I saw on my webcam, he was with me in my room, right behind me. I turned around quickly, but saw nothing where I had seen him in the webcam. I turned back towards the screen and, to my bewilderment, saw a third man in the girl's chat box. He was the same man I had just seen standing in my room. Now, all three had their hands on the girl and were gripping tight. The girl wasn't laughing anymore. She had a look of utter devastation. A tear was dropping from her eye. But it wasn't just a tear. It was blood trickling down her eye socket.
Her eyes are gonna pop out.
She then mouthed the words, "Help me," and the next second she screamed as if her lungs were being ripped off as the screen went black. I immediately got up and pulled the plug out of my computer. Why didn't you do that in the first place, stupid nigga? For a couple seconds, I swear I heard her screams, even though the computer was unplugged. The room went quiet, but I was too devastated to stay there, and ran out of my house despite it being 3 a.m.
And it's 3 a.m.
I caught a cab and went over to my friends, who had to talk me down for an hour before I could be calmed. I returned back to my house with my friend a day later. Everything was the same, and after thoroughly checking around the house, we concluded that there was no one there, nor was there a sign of anyone ever having broken in. I've never gone back to the deep web. My friend suggested it might have been some prank by computer hackers, but the way that girl shrieked, the terror she had on her face, it convinced me she had been a victim herself.
What?
I'd wondered if I had stayed on for longer, if I would have become a victim too. Could those men have found me? Was there really someone in the room with me? There was nothing I could do, because there was nothing concrete to report to the police. What I did do was throw the computer out and buy a new one.
You
There
are
was no way I could even open it back up after what happened.
Shout out to you. Well,
need cash but aren't sure how? Video games are worth top dollar cash at Disc Replay.
Because you know that I'm out of this bitch. But anyway, make sure you guys subscribe to motherfucking Llama Arts. That man is a living legend when it comes to making these videos. He's really good at them. So trust me, you might want to watch some of his stuff, because he goes fucking hard, I'm telling you. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Llama Arts if you have not. Also, make sure you subscribe to me if you enjoyed this video.
Into the hotel that I initially booked,
if you didn't enjoy
so I
this
booked
video,
the cheapest hotel that I could find nearby.
just let me know in the comments what I should like
Aesthetically,
do.
it was quite nice,
like what
but
things
it did
that I
have
messed
easy
up
access
on.
to the
You know what I'm
building,
saying?
meaning
Like,
anyone could come in and go
alright
to
guys,
any
I'll see you
room
guys in
as
the
they
next video.
please.
Make sure you like and
Plus, there was
subscribe,
no
and peace the fuck out.
Got that chop, got that stick, bitch, I'm trapping these. Ramen noodles on my dick when I'm clapping cheeks. Going stupid in the whip cause I cannot see. Tryna bring your dog, then you better bring that cutlery.